The defenses in tort law are legal principles that allow a defendant to reduce or avoid liability where the claimant's own conduct, consent, or other recognized factors justify limiting responsibility. The defenses in tort law are contributory negligence and Volenti Non Fit Injuria. Contributory negligence is where the claimant has failed to take reasonable care for their own safety and this failure contributed to the damage suffered. The elements of contributory negligence are a lack of reasonable care by the claimant and a causal link between that lack of care and the damage. The lack of reasonable care element requires the claimant to fall below the standard of a reasonable person, as shown in Froome v. Butcher. The causation element requires the claimant's lack of care to contribute to the harm suffered, as shown in Jones v. Livox Quarries. Volenti Non Fit Injuria is where the claimant voluntarily accepts the risk of harm and therefore cannot recover damages. The elements of Volenti Non Fit Injuria are full knowledge of the risk and voluntary consent to that risk. The knowledge element requires the claimant to have full awareness of the nature and extent of the risk, as shown in Morris v. Murray. The consent element requires the claimant to freely and voluntarily accept the risk, as shown in Imperial Chemical Industries v. Shatwell. The defenses for torts connected to land are legal rules that protect defendants where interference with land is justified by consent, long use, statutory authority, natural use of land, or external and unforeseeable events. The defenses available to private nuisance cases are prescription, statutory authority, consent, and contributory negligence. Prescription is a defense where the defendant has carried out the nuisance for at least 20 years without interruption, as shown in Sturgis v. Bridgman. Statutory authority is a defense where the nuisance arises from activities authorized by Parliament, as shown in Allen v. Gulf Oil Refining. Consent is a defense where the claimant has expressly or impliedly agreed to the nuisance, as shown in Kiddle v. City Business Properties. Contributory negligence is a defense where the claimant's own lack of care contributes to the harm suffered in a nuisance claim, as shown in Sedley Denfield v. O'Callaghan. The defenses available to Rylands v. Fletcher cases are consent, act of God, act of a third party, default of the claimant, statutory authority, and natural use of land. Consent is a defense where the claimant has agreed to the accumulation of the dangerous thing, as shown in Peters v. Prince of Wales Theatre. Act of God is a defense where the escape is caused by a natural event that is unforeseeable and extraordinary, as shown in Nichols v. Marsland. Act of a third party is a defense where the escape is caused by the unforeseeable actions of an independent third party, as shown in Rickards v. Lothian. Default of the claimant is a defense where the escape is wholly caused by the claimant's own actions, as shown in Ponting v. Noakes. Statutory authority is a defense where the accumulation and use of the dangerous thing is authorized by statute, as shown in Green v. Chelsea Waterworks. Natural use of land is a defense where the accumulation is a natural and ordinary use of the land, as shown in Transco v. Stockport. Thank you for watching this video on defenses in tort law. I'll see you in the next one.